Hello everybody, welcome to Instantgo Tarot Odyssey. Today's read is going to be about a golden opportunity. There's something coming up for so many of you guys in all different types of realms. Work, career, love, relationships, breakthrough on personal fronts, releasing things and opening all this new, fresh energy for yourself. We're going to find out exactly what's coming through for you guys. And I'm going to use a combination of decks. I'm going to use the Halloween Oracle. I'm going to use the Fairy. And I'm going to use the Crow Tarot. There's some of just, they're so beautiful. And I am just enamored of them. So I'm excited to mix them up again. I feel like they just combined have this lovely, lovely energy. So we have three choices today. We have the Apple, Risk and Reward. We have number 2, which is Barmbrack, Sweetness and Synergy. Dawn, the light after the darkness. And I feel like I love these for the kind of mystical messages that we're looking for, the stuff that's going to propel us into the future, you know. Consistency, follow through, feeling like we have this beautiful angelic protection, and we don't have interdependence with other people. We just have a friendly connection and healthy boundaries, all of this stuff, peaceful acceptance and stress-free non-attachment to just whatever is coming, to just allow it, to just be peaceful. And the reason I got in this mood was the weirdest thing. I was watching documentaries and all of a sudden I saw this beautiful woman on TV and I'm like, that lady looks like Cher. It was legit her mother, who is 93 years old, that looks almost the same age as Cher, and it's not through like crazy plastic surgery or anything. She just has this youthful exuberance, and she's also a singer and she was an actress, and Cher was on one side of the couch with her other daughter on the other, and she told this story that I never knew about Cher. She actually went into the hospital to have an abortion when she was carrying Cher because of just the situation. She wasn't in love with her husband. She wanted to leave him, and the only, you couldn't raise somebody on your own back then. And then all of a sudden she changed her mind right when she said, she laid down, she started sweating, and she got up and she left, and she said, well, then I'll stay married. And then Cher was born. And then another time Cher was almost taken away from her, where it was a really hard time of raising people, and she was working at this diner for $1 a day, and she put Cher in this home, for, it wasn't like orphans, but it was kind of like an orphanage, like a holding pattern kind of place until you landed on your feet again. And they wouldn't give Cher back because of just the situation. So someone came in and intervened, and Cher's mother was married something like 6 times, and it was the most interesting story, and it was so crazy and so wild that I was like, wow, you know what? And I feel like an affinity with Cher too, because there's something about her, the way she speaks and moves. I love her confidence. I think she's unbelievable and so remarkable. And oh my God, did her family go through ups and downs and hardships and craziness. And if you can ever watch that little documentary, it's right on YouTube as well. It is so stirring and beautiful. I was like, wow. And it just really brought out the magic and everything that's around us, how all these beautiful people are created, these treasures, it's like diamonds. They're just pressed and pressed until they just sparkle. They're like, oh yeah, nobody's going to tell me anything. I am who I am. And then their genuine amazingness just shines through. So I feel like your natural charms and beauty and all of this stuff, your intelligence and all of this stuff is just going to come through and help bring out this light in you, and clarity is like right on the horizon for so many of you. So we're going to just see what comes through. So I'm going to take a quick sip of water. I just had to feel like I wanted to share that story because I started crying. I didn't realize, I never knew Cher's mother almost didn't have her. It came that close, within minutes away from not having her, and then also not having her again when they wouldn't give her back. So many touching things in that, and I just love that story because when we think back generations of our family, the Great Depression, like Cher's mother was talking about her family and her grandfather and the Great Depression and just the amazing hardships and the hunger and the stuff people withstood. And when we think we have it hard, we really should take a look at these generations, the World War II gen and all of that, and really be like how good we have it, right? We can have any kind of food delivered to us, our doorstep. We can call anyone in the world and talk to them on FaceTime, all of that. So we really need to have a gratitude lesson in all of this, because it's quite astounding. So enough about that. Let's see what's going on with the apple and risk and reward. Now, I definitely feel with this, and I've always felt this too. I mean, and this is kind of cool because apples are an iconic part of mythos, you know, from ancient times to modern. Just think of the poison apple in Snow White, to the Roman goddess Pomona's magical apple tree, Christians tempting fruit in the Garden of Eden, all of this. But this message is about, if you receive this, it's time to look at how risk plays in your life. Are you hedging your bets and not trying anything new? Do you want to change, but you're not willing to change anything? Are you willing to risk to get a greater reward? Or alternately, are you risking too much too often? So just have a pause here and think about that. A lot of people are adventure seekers. I know as a fire sign, I love adventure and I love this and that, but I also love safety and, you know, creature comforts, and I love kind of just nesting sometimes in my house and studying and learning and all this. But I love new adventures and finding out new things, and we do have to set out in the world to do that. And I also I'm a bit of a risk taker. I mean, I left my job with benefits, everything, and I was like, I'm going to follow my dreams. I'm going to do what I want. And I am so lucky that now, I mean, I make 10 times what I did in my old job. I can set my own hours. I meet and interact with the most beautiful, wonderful people. You viewers, like, make my life so rich and wonderful. When I read your comments, half the time I'm crying or laughing or something. The growth, especially you viewers that have been there from the beginning. Like, I remember, you know, there was always these phases where it was like, a lot of you would go through fear and trepidation and these hardships. And some of my first people that I did reads for were in really precarious situations. And it was remarkable how I, through channeling, just could figure it out. And I had a healthy detachment, but a professional vantage point and understanding and all of this. And it was like, it was so remarkable to me, the changes that you people made and got out of abusive relationships, left crappy jobs, went to people, places and things that valued you, dropped all the dead wood from your life so you could create a void, the magic and the anticipation you know now have daily. It's like, it's just a wondrous, wondrous, amazing place. So we have to ask ourselves with this apple card, are you willing to take a bite out of life? Are you willing to step forward when somebody invites you somewhere? Are you going to be a yes person? Are you going to try it? Do you want to go out and have new experiences? And the thing is, I have to remind myself too, and other people, that just because you say yes to one thing doesn't mean you're married to that person because you go on one date. Just because you say yes to a job interview doesn't mean you have to work there for the rest of your life. Just because you say yes, that is dipping your toe in the water to see the temperature and see if it's something you want. And why shouldn't you have many different experiences in many different areas as your life as you want, right? So let's see what other messages are coming for you. Oh, I love this. So you have nature signs. Be receptive and to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We only have to open our hearts and minds. It's absolutely true. Animals, winged creatures, butterflies, spiders, all of these things. My animal is definitely the crow. When I get bent out of shape, there's a crow that comes to my yard when I'm in the park, and they're around our local supermarkets too. And that's the crazy thing, because I used to hate our local supermarket because I always thought it was crowded, noisy, and too much going on. But there is a murder of crows that is always there. It's always on the roof because it waits for the bread or whatever. And now I like it. It's like, I feel it's like a really beautiful haven, and I love the crow's voice. So really listen to nature. It's also, nothing is more soothing and calming, and that's where we get a lot of our messages from. We when you can hear nothing but birds or water or the wind in the trees, it's so relaxing to our soul, our blood pressure, our ancient hearts, all of that. We really, really need these resources to tap in and be at peace. I mean, look how peaceful that fairy looks. What is that animal? Could someone comment below? It's driving me crazy. It's not an anteater, is it? But I need to know. I'm looking at it and I'm like, it's not an aardvark, but I can't figure it out. So please comment down below because I'm going crazy. All right, let's see what else is going on for you. You also have the invisibility of authenticity. I love this. So this is saying be yourself. If you had a mask on and nobody knew, like you could transform into anything and do whatever you wanted, like go up and do stand-up comedy, sing, just do whatever. What would that thing be that's from your authentic soul's voice? What would you love to do? Paint a picture and put it in a gallery, dancing. What is it? What could you do that really sings to your soul and makes you want to participate in it? What's stopping you? Honestly, what is stopping you? And also this is saying, never put on a false front or think that you have to be somebody for somebody to like you, because if you do, it's a very inauthentic scenario. It's a very inauthentic existence, and they should love and adore you for who you are. So let the facade fall away. If you ever find yourself talking about what you have more than who you are, then you have to realize people don't want to be around you because you have money, toys, cars, or whatever it is. It's because who you are. So show that to people. So this is part of that risk and reward. Take off that mask. Really show who you are. If you've been kind of like bottling up your feelings about a certain scenario, share that with somebody. If you've been agreeing and going along to get along, really state how you feel about a situation, because things will progress in the avenue that you allow. If you get my drift, if somebody's consistently, you're going out to eat at a place you don't particularly like, but that person loves it, speak up, say, this isn't my favorite restaurant, I would love to try this. Or you're just doing some hobby that doesn't really ring true to you, or you like just for the compatibility factor of somebody. Just speak up and speak your truth, your authentic self. When you're your authentic self, you thrive mentally, physically, spiritually. So definitely just step up, because we're all original, unique souls, and we all need different things in our life, right? You also have the King of Cups. So what I feel is coming in for you right now is great emotional balance, like really being able to speak from your heart, say what you want, connecting with like-minded kindred spirits, because you are being your true authentic self. This is your phase of this. And I feel like I also feel like this is the love offer cup of the highest sort, the most clear, the most authentic, the most brilliant type of offer, where somebody just absolutely adores you for who you are. You don't have to be anything so vibrant. And again, getting back to Cher, this made me almost cry, where I think her mother said to her when she was younger, she said, Cher, you're never going to be the most beautiful person there. You're never going to be the most talented person there. You're never going to be the most intelligent person there. But when you take everything you have and you combine it, you're going to be the most unique person in the world. And I was like, that's so lovely. And that's what they think about you. And that's what is ringing true to you now. You're understanding this beautiful innate value and gorgeousness that you have. So there is a love offer coming in, and you also feel really warm and situated in who you are and your emotions too. You're not participating in low vibrations. You see other people scurrying, and they start to almost take on like a rat type feature or a animal-esque monkey type feature when they're in that lower vibration, because they're like I just see like that lip smacking and talking and that ill will towards other people. It starts to look like almost like a crazy play with people that are like animals. Like it really is starting to bother you what people are doing when it's in a low vibration or harmful emotional behavior. It's really standing out to you because you're elevating, you're receiving downloads, you're understanding, your ears are probably ringing, you're probably seeing synchronicities like crazy, you're probably noticing bumper stickers and license plates and things, and seeing really outrageous things in the same state over and over, and all kinds of things. It's really, really remarkable. So yeah, you're elevating in a very remarkable way, and I'm loving that for you, Group 1. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you need a private read or anything else. So now we're on to Barmbrack, and I loved the thing in the book because it was saying that it indicates a curiosity to know what's ahead, but it's important to balance that with now. Okay, we have all the tools to change your future should you choose. The sweet synergy of Barmbrack card says that all the ingredients, including the objects, are more complete and powerful together than they are individually. So encourage you to really find that sweet spot in life, putting the right things together. This is the balance, between work and play. This is a balance between attention to detail and relationships and mixing it all. Again, mind, body, spirit. Are you taking care of yourself physically? Are you, reading and garnering new knowledge? And do you feel your spirit is replenished? Are you doing things that make you feel good, like a goddess type energy, beautiful bubble baths, getting facials, meditation, gratitude mantras, all of that, to really look into that, to balance it and find that sweet spot, because it's all integrated, right? It's all in our energy, it's all in our chi, that we have to have a nice balance for that, for sure. So you also have the vampire card, which is great, emotional intelligence. So that's something you're going to notice. You're going to find out that when you're in a room with people, that you're going to be able to read the temperature, the emotional temperature of the room. If somebody's hurt, if somebody has kind of like a nastiness about them, if somebody has ulterior motives and somebody's telling the truth, all of that, you're going to be able to all of a sudden understand that and read that, because you're pausing and you're aligning with your intuition that looks for details, looks for tiny details where you're like, I can read somebody. If I look down at their shoes, see what's going on in their shoes, their watch, how they're dressed, if their shirt's tucked in, their facial expressions, tightness of jaw, if their mouth is open and relaxed, their eyes, all of that. If they're darting around, I can tell when people are nervous. You're going to be able to tap into that, because it's facial cues, and there's micro cues, there's all of this, and all of a sudden you're going to feel like an emotional expert on that. I feel like you already have a gift of that, but it's going to be enhanced. So you're really going to tell when somebody is BSing you, if anybody's trying to pull something over on you, if somebody's shady, if somebody is warm, authentic, right away you feel their energy. That's another component to this emotional intelligence, is feeling the vibration of the person, the exchange of energy that happens within every chakra to chakra with another person, which is very helpful. That's always a good thing to have. See, Ace of Swords, you're also going to have this streamlined, gorgeous wealth of knowledge at your fingertips because of streamlined thinking. And where this comes from is not only from your spirit guide, your intuition, but this is from you having absolute mega focus, one thing at a time. You're going to be in the present, which is going to help you substantially in so many ways, financially, relationship wise, spiritually, everything, because you're reading the blueprints, you're reading the emotional wavelength, temperature, all of that. It's really going to help you move forward in business, in personal lives, and all of that, because you're realizing, I don't have to give away my energy, I don't have to give away my power. I'm going to read the situation and pause first, slow down, and then see what would be the most reasonable response to this. So meanwhile, you're in this beautiful elevated position because you're not charging out, you're kind of that queen back on the chessboard, where you have all these things protecting you, and you can come out when you want, you can address the situation when you want. You're in no hurry whatsoever. This is like a fresh white page, and you're like, I'm beginning anew. I'm not going to get caught up in silliness. I'm not going to be caught unawares. It's almost like you're on super spidey senses, where you just really know what's what, and that's significant. That's going to be very helpful in so many regards of your life. So I love that energy for you, group 2. Beautiful energy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and check the link below for the new goddess box. It is out of this world gorgeous. I just did a review on my last video if you want to go check it out. And also, if you check the link, and then a small portion always go, if you buy from that link, it supports my channel as well, because I'm an ambassador for the brand, and I love them because it's all local small businesses. You know what I mean? And I love personal small businesses. And there's so many people I know too that handcraft things, jewelry, soaps, candles, artwork, and all of that. So it's really great to be able to support these people. So everything is down there, personal read information, all of that. And I want to thank everybody who's been, it's been such a flurry of personal reads lately. And I want to thank you for your beautiful, quick feedback, and that you love the reads and they're elevating, and you really resonate with them. I thank you so much for that feedback, because it's really wonderful to know that it does make a difference. And, because divining can be a very powerful tool. It is the power of suggestion. It's prescriptive as well as predictive, and is very helpful when we kind of have that, that breather, and now we take it step by step. It alleviates a lot of stress of the unknown. So I really enjoy doing those private reads. So that is, you guys, beautiful, and good fortune. That's really gifts from the universe, good fortune time. So now we're on to dawn, the light after the darkness. So I definitely feel that dawn and deities of dawn heralded both hope and a new life, right? Goddesses as Helios and Apollo were those who brought new life to the dawn's light into the world. So the journey from the darkest night of the soul to a bright, hopeful dawn is one of the deepest and most powerful hero's paths, right, that we hear over and over in mythology. So when this card comes up, you're being reminded that there's always a fresh start and a new beginning to be had. Change is unstoppable, and even the most difficult times are going to pass, right? No matter how devastating they may seem. Hope is one of the most powerful motivating forces in the universe, and it is being indicated to you here that if you've just had an operation, you're just recovering from an illness, you're just recovering from the loss of a family member, all of that, a loss of a pet. Some things can be so utterly devastating that we feel that's just it, game over, can't do it anymore. I've had several clients that have come to me just going, you know what, I don't see a light, I don't see this and that, and because I'm at a healthy, detached level, I can, have that professional eye on it with not being so involved and not having it be so heart-wrenching, but deduce, where the real problems are. But the most is that everything passes, every pain, every joy, everything comes around and is cyclical, and there is always a new day. There is always a new way. Change is unstoppable. There are always new beginnings. And one moment, honest to goodness, I felt like this week and feel like that's it. You're in that valley so low that you never think you're going to see another peak. You're just physically, emotionally, spiritually exhausted. It just seems like too much. But that is why everything is so beautiful by comparison. Each step back up that mountain to that peak is so beautiful, so filled with hope, so filled with light, feeling so, so good, right? Just think of when you had a terrible cold and you were in your bed and you were bored as hell and you couldn't wait to get out. Once you started to feel better, weren't you like, everything was so extra special, right? That food tasted so good again. The fact that you could go out and go for walks and exercise and breathe through everything, your nose, your lungs, you felt invigorated. But think how quickly you took it for granted again, feeling well, and then it went to the same old, same old. Well, what's next, right? Hang on to that gratitude that you felt when you recovered, right? A lot of people were going through breast surgery over the last couple of years. How good you felt when chemo and all that hardship and terrible, terrible pain and illness was over, right? Everything seemed richer and deeper and more beautiful than ever, right? And this is kind of like this phase you're going to go through, this massive gratitude. I love it. You also have the black cat, which I love. This is about fortune meeting opportunity. This is saying certain doors are just going to start to open for you, and you're stepping through this time. You're like, what the hell do I have to be afraid of? What the hell is going to happen other than I'm going to try? That's it. Why the hell would anybody let fear get in the way of their dreams? They're like, nothing. Nobody else is going to step through that for you. So when you just say, yeah, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to go for an interview for that job. They're not going to beat me to death. All they're going to do is say yes or no. But I'm going to give it my best. I'm going to envision the best outcome. I'm going to envision, this proposal that I'm giving. I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to put this out there on this vlog. I am going to travel to this place. I don't care. Time is the biggest commodity, and our dreams is the biggest commodity. So when that door opens, step through that damn thing. You are going to have the fact that boldness has beauty and magic in it to begin with, but the universe loves an effort and it rewards an effort. So do it. That's what this card says, and I feel really strongly about that. I feel like some of you are on the fence about something, but if it's something that holds value to you, do it. This is meant for you. Do it, because look at this, Queen of Pentacles. You are going to have money from this, abundance from this, sure-footedness, elevation. Queen of Pentacles is fantastic because it has everything in it that's necessary for you to be successful. Grounded, directedness, focus, strength, elevated sense of self, confidence, all of that. Look at that. Everything is cyclical. Success after success after success. You're just kicking that next door and next door, succeeding and just killing it in the arena of life because you've decided it's your time. That's all it takes sometimes. I've decided it's my time. I did that with my YouTube channel, and I did that with my practices and everything that I do now, and my jewelry and everything. And it's like I just decided, again, my plan B was I was going to keep on with my plan A, which is this. And I was really lucky, and I had passion and focus, and that's what you're going to have. And boom, you're just knocking down those pins left, right, and center. Success after success. Queen of Pentacles style. Look at this layout for 1, 2, and 3 with the King, Ace, and Queens. Nutso energy. Really, this is harvest season. Everybody is getting theirs, and they're deserving of it. So I love that energy for you so much, Group 3. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to press like and subscribe. All my links are down below. My Patreon page, my Etsy store, the new Goddess Provisions box, which is off the hook. Oh my gosh, I was so impressed by that. And just everything that you can imagine. So get out there and slay, because you're ready. Dragon slayers, slay and dragon. dragons. All right, I'm excited. I'm going to go upload.